Next topic. Now we are coming to begin with this the tribes, nomads, and itinerant. This group of people who they kept on moving from one place to another, they are known as nomads. They do not lead a settled life. The same way, itinerant were also the traveling and wandering people and the traveling people moving from one place to another. Tribal group of the people, they were also means they lead a nomadic life. They do not want to accept any type of the development nature. They consider their real home. Nature has been considered by them as their real home. So apart from four wide social groups, just now in the previous part we have discussed about that Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras. These social groups, there were tribes and nomads who lived very simple life. Without, they do not go for any of the luxury and any other things. Normally, whatever they are getting from the nature, they were living their life, leading their life with those things only. We find great influence of the tribal culture customs, tribal cultures, customs, language, religious beliefs, and ideas on the culture and history of the Indian society. Long back, since the beginning, we have the different types of the cultures which were practiced by them. Even nowadays also, in many of the area, we have still this the tribal groups. They are there, like Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, northeastern states. Many are tribal groups. They are still existing now also. They have their different customs. They follow the different culture also. So to cover more and more forest under cultivation led to resettlement of tribal community. What they are? They are living in the forest. They cleared the forest, do the cultivation, and then they survive over there only with the cultivation inside the forest. During the medieval period, the tribal communities were in important position both politically and economically. In the medieval period, their importance both the way. Politically also they became very important as well as the economically. This is why, what was the reason behind it? Because they controlled key trade routes and the forest resources. Forest is the rich in the natural resources. So they were what the both the politically and economically they became very important. The reason being they were the key for the trade routes and the forest resources. Hence, the Mughal Empire made efforts to obtain taxes or services from the tribals. So now this was the first the Mughal Empire they have imposed tax upon this tribal group of people. Earlier they were not. In the Central East India, tribals like Ahoms and Gonds rose to considerable prominence and established their own independent kingdoms as the nomads moved from place to place in search of food and shelter with their animal cart. So this is about that with their animals, with their cattle. This nomadic group of the people, they kept on moving from place to place in search of food and the shelter. Wherever they are getting something in a good quantity, they stay for some times. Again, they kept on moving. After independence, the government of India took steps for the development of tribals, nomads, and itinerant. This is the itinerant. They were the wandering and the traveling people. The government started giving them the special focus upon their lifestyle. The special provisions also has been done by the government of India after independence. So, what are the facilities when provided to them? So, they could come out from the backwardness. The government started working for the development of this tribal group of the people. So, they can settle at one place and they can also means develop their lifestyle to understand the development and can be considered at the level of the others. So this is they were also having the blind faith and thought to establish themselves in the society at par with the other communities. To help them out in this direction, reservations have been made for them in educational and political institutions as well as in government jobs. While our constitution makers, they were making the constitution, what they did, they have started giving that the special provisions. With this, how to bring them out from their this the religious beliefs and the old age old that the facilities to bring them out from their blind faith and from their backwardness. So how to bring them or to uplift their condition, government has started giving them reservation policy. Reservation policies has been started by the government after the independence. So they can also avail the facilities like the other citizens of the country. To help them out of in this direction, reservation have been made for them in educational and political institutions as well as in the government jobs. According to this, when our constitution makers were, while they were writing the constitutions, they have mentioned the many of the articles, like Article 46 is there for there. The betterment, Article 330 is there, 335 is there, 338 to 342. These all are mentioned in the textbook also, as well as these are the special articles for the upliftment of the condition of the tribal group of the people, the nomads, as well as the itinerant. So this is the entire 5th and the 6th schedule of the constitution, with the special provision for social and economic benefits of the weaker section of society, as they are considered as the weaker section. So in our constitution, while the constitution makers, they were making the constitution, framing the constitution, they have made 2 different schedules has been prepared for them, how to uplift their conditions, what are the facilities required for them to bring them at the level of the other section of the society. So many, lots of that the provisions has been done. Then coming to discuss with a case study. In the previous part, we have discussed about the importance of the port city Surat in the western coast of India in the state of Gujarat. Now coming to discuss the easternmost part. One, Surat was in the western side, now in the eastern side. A home. In the language of the Assamese, they are calling themselves as a home. The Ahoms were the Thai Mongolide tribal group. Who they were? Thai Mongolide tribal group who migrated to Assam from Yunnan state of China in the 13th century. In 13th century, they were migrated from China and reached in the northeastern part of our country named as Assam. They established a powerful dynasty in the regions of Assam in 1228. Sorry, this is the in 1228. They established a powerful dynasty in the regions of Assam. They ruled the present day Assam for about 600 years. This is, what is the time period mentioned for that? The 600 years. They ruled over Assam and the period is mentioned from the 228 to 1826. In 1228, Sukhappa, this is the name of the ruler. This is the image of the Sukhappa. Sukhappa was the first Ahom ruler who established a small and independent kingdom in 1228. He was the first Ahom ruler who established a small independent kingdom over there. Then what it says about that, about in Assam, and he was a good diplomat. He was a very good diplomat. First, he won the hearts of local tribes and later on won the territories of the local tribal chiefs. When he has declared himself as a ruler of the Assam, what he did, he was a very good diplomat. He was having expertise in diplomacy. And first of all, what he did, he tried to win the hearts of the local tribal people. And gradually, he won the hearts of the tribal chiefs as well. Gradually, Ahoms subjugated some tribes and expanded their territory. By winning the heart of the local tribes, he was able to expand his territory. And the most powerful king of this Ahom were the Rudra Singh. Rudra Singh was the most important and the most powerful ruler of this Ahom dynasty, or in the region of or area of Assam. And this Rudra Singh ruled over Ahom from 1696 to 1740. This is the time period mentioned for the second ruler. One is Sukhapa, which is mentioned over here. This is the Sukhapa's picture. Ahom Divas is also been celebrated with the name of this Sukhapa, as he was the first ruler of Assam, or can say that Ahom. In Assam, they are celebrating this day as Ahom Divas. Then next it is about that. Earlier Assam was known as Kamrupa. The local dynasties like Kacharis, Morans and Nagas were ruling in different regions. They were, earlier what was the name, this Assam was named as Kamrup. Then one of the temple is also very famous over there, and it is named as Kamrup Kamakhya. And this is Kamrup Kamakhya is with the oldest name of the Assam. The local dynasties like Kacharis, Morans and Nagas were ruling in different regions of Assam. They were always fighting among themselves. All they were having always they have a conflict with each other. There was no stability in the regions of Kamrup. Ahoms defeated the local rulers of the region and established a powerful kingdom. Besides local tribes, they fought against rulers of Bengal and Mughals. Even the rulers of Bengal and Mughals were also been defeated by them. Then the motive of their fighting against outsider of Assam was to defend their territories from rulers in neighboring region. So this, what was the reason behind it? Why they were kept on fighting with the neighborings? To protect their territory from the outsider. So the land should be ruled by the natives, by the local tribal group only. The Bengal ruler and the Mughals were not able to defeat and achieve victory over Ahoms. But finally what happened? These Ahoms were defeated by Bengal rulers and by the Mughal rulers, and their territory was occupied. In the 16th century, this Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, he conquered the capital city Gorgaon. At that time, while it was known as the Kamrup, capital city was Gorgaon, and this Gorgaon but could not hold it under the rule of Mughals. Although these Mughals during the period of Aurangzeb, these Ahoms were defeated, but Mughals, they did not rule over there. They did not bring it under the control of the Mughal rule. But Ahom ruled as vassals of the Mughal Empire. Means they have to pay the tribute to the Mughal ruler Aurangzeb. So a term is being used over here, vassals. However, in the later 18th century, the Ahom power began to decline. The power was gradually declined in the region in the 18th century, and the internal problems and the civil wars sapped the resources of Ahom kingdom. And in 1818, the Burmese invaded Kamrup and forced the ruler of Ahom to leave the country. This Burmese ruler, they invaded over here on the Kamrup, and they forced the local ruler to leave the country. And after the intervention of the British, at that time in our country, in India, it was under the British rule. So the finally, with the intervention of the British, the Burmese drew away from Kamrup. But finally, the Burmese were also driven out from the Kamrup region, and it was included under the domination of the British by the Treaty of Yendabu. Yendabu is a treaty done between the rulers of Kamrup and the British. First, the Burmese, they have captured this, conquered this Kamrup, forced this ruler to move out from the region. And but during the British period, when the British intervened in this matter, Britishers, they drive out this Burmese from the Kamrup region and included this region under the domination of the British Empire by the Treaty of Yendabu. The Thai Ahoms who came to settle in Assam at first. Thai Ahoms means that Mongolid region. They were the Yonam from China. Who came to settle in Assam at first, pursued their traditional religion and talked the Thai. This is the Thai dialect. Because mostly they were from there, and when they entered in our country, Thai Ahoms who came to settle down in Assam at first pursued their traditional religion and talked the Thai dialect with the natural inhabitant or the people who they are living in Assam region. With the progression of time, they received the Assamese dialect and were changed over to Hinduism. Gradually, they have changed themselves and started accepting the Hinduism. They kept great records and came to be known for their accounts called the Burengis. Their account means that the detailed history which has been written. This is the image of that. Slightly the spelling has been different, but a history of Assam from 1681 to 1826 AD. This is the book of the entire history of the Ahom is written over here. And this account, the Burengis are viewed as the main example of written history of India. Written history of India means that they have explained about that entire thing with a great detail in this book about the Ahoms, about the region Assam, about the different rulers, like the rulers from Bengal, rulers from this Mughal rulers like Aurangzeb. All these things are been mentioned over here in this book, and how this was very important, became the very important part of our country. This way the chapter is ended with the different social structure we studied over here. Started with that the topmost, the social hierarchical level, Brahmins. At the bottom level, we discussed about the Shudras. Then this is the tribal group of the people. They were completely different. From this, the social hierarchy and the social norms, they were completely different. Their lifestyles were completely different. One region as the traders and the merchants we discussed in the western coast of India, that is Surat, and this is just opposite in the eastern part of our country, which is named as Ahom by the local people of the Assam, but actually in the context of our country, it's a name of a state, Assam. So this way, this is the entire chapter has been explained.